Today, class, we are going to fight. Argue, anyway. Martial arts is down the hall. There's a lot of ways to handle disagreement. Obviously, the best way is to take in what somebody said, why they said it, incorporate that into your own understanding, and reflect your enhanced understanding with your own information back to the other person, and eventually come to a mutually beneficial decision. That's hard. Yes, it is. Being understanding is always harder than just dividing things up into right, wrong. You probably have actually used some techniques that are a little unreasonable yourself. I certainly know that I have. Other people definitely will. So you need to know what you are looking for and maybe even how to deal with it. Today, I am just going to review what these things are. I think how to deal with them might come up in another radio counseling. The ways people argue unfairly are overwhelming, pocketing, globalizing, minimizing, justifying, ignoring, shifting, and tantruming. Now, mind you, I did not say that these aren't effective. They can be, much in the same way that holding a gun on somebody will definitely make them give you their money. But just because something is effective doesn't mean that it's healthy or right. So, different examples. Overwhelming. Yes, but I didn't like that. You, why is it always about you? Huh? Have you ever thought about what I need? Pocketing. Keeping a feeling or thought away from your opponent until it is sprung on them at a later date. Yes, but I didn't like that. Oh yeah? What about that time last week where you didn't do the dishes? Yeah, and now you're just going to come at me with that? Holding a grudge is all about pocketing. Globalizing. Making a small argument into something that is vast and all-encompassing. Ultimatums often come in here. But I didn't like that.
Oh, it's like that, is it? Fine, take your things, go. Take everything. In fact, just take everything. I don't care. I never cared anyway.
Minimizing. Taking an argument and inferring that it isn't really all that important. But I didn't like that. Oh, come on. I was just joking. It's not that big a deal. Justifying. Not to be confused with having reasons. Justifying is finding ways of stating that you had good reasons for what you did, even if they've come to a bad result. It's a way of avoiding to take responsibility. But I didn't like that. I had to do it that way. If I didn't, her feelings would have been hurt. And then, it probably was good for her anyway. I mean, this way she learns something out of it. Ignoring. Pretending a problem doesn't actually exist. But I didn't like that. Yeah, sorry. Shifting. Changing the argument into something else that can be used against the other person. But I didn't like that. You always do this too anyway. I never really do anything about it. So when is it time that you actually start making some shifts here anyway? Also, I noticed that things are really different around the house lately. And I mean, that's not on me, is it? I mean, I think it's my brother's fault that he's not making everything cleaner and taking care of it. So really, we should be talking to him. We should go now. Come on. And then finally, tantruming. Tantruming is like overwhelming somebody, but it's less controlled. It's just raising Cain and destruction on a physical and emotional level. But I didn't like that. Okay, in fairness, I can't do this because I'm in an office building filled with a lot of people, and they might get weirded out if I start hitting things and, generally appearing really threatening. But you'll have to use your imagination. So finally, there is only one really good way to handle arguments. Synchronizing. Approaching an argument as a puzzle to be solved. But I didn't like that. What did I do? You really got loud and I didn't like that. It made me feel really bad. I see. So how am I going to handle this differently in the future so that doesn't happen, and still get what I need to done.